It may surprise or even shock you to hear what I'm about to say, but if you're seeing this video right now, it's no accident. You, a true chosen one, have been sensing a growing force within you, something you might not yet fully understand, but feel compelled to explore. Now there's a gift about to reveal itself, one so extraordinary that it will not only astound those who witness it, but also catch you off guard with its sheer power. This isn't just another turn in your journey. It's the threshold of a breathtaking expansion of what you believe possible. If this resonates with you, if you feel even a flicker of anticipation in your heart, please like this video, subscribe, and comment 77 foot below to affirm that you're open to this life-changing development. Chapter 1. The Whisper That Predicted It. All you can likely trace back to a moment, brief but vivid, when a quiet whisper within urged you to keep going. Maybe it was in the middle of a sleepless night or during a random pause in your day. That whisper felt like a secret only you could hear, suggesting that your story was far from ordinary. It might have been drowned out by everyday chaos or overshadowed by doubt, but it never truly vanished. You discovered it again in the silent spaces of your life. That whisper hinted at something more, a future where you wouldn't merely adapt to the world but shape it. Yet for a long time, this idea felt out of reach, like an echo or a faint glimmer on the horizon. You told yourself maybe it was just wishful thinking. Maybe your mind was making mountains out of molehills. But each time you tried to dismiss it, the sense of something greater wouldn't let you rest. This was your calling card as a chosen one, a sign that your path was different from most. Over time, small clues appeared, reinforcing the notion that you were preparing for something significant. You might have noticed that, unlike others, you found unusual solutions to problems or had a knack for reading people at a depth they hardly revealed. Or perhaps you discovered uncanny moments of synchronicity, spotting aligned numbers on clocks, stumbling upon just the right book, or meeting strangers who voiced exactly what you needed to hear. One by one, these clues added weight to the idea that your life had a hidden dimension you couldn't yet describe. Still, the gift, this massive potential, remained dormant, waiting for the right alignment. Part of you felt impatient, wondering why it wouldn't just show itself and be done. But everything in nature requires a precise cycle to unfold. Seeds don't bloom in winter, no matter how badly you want them to. They break through when the soil is warm and the sun is ready. In the same way, your gift needed you to traverse certain trials, gather certain experiences, and refine your inner composure before it could manifest without being squandered. Now the season of awakening is at hand. That whisper has escalated into an insistent call, and you can feel it in the pit of your stomach. You sense that something big is about to shift. The gift isn't just an abstract ability. It's a resource of real power meant to uplift and transform you, and by extension, the people who cross your path. In the next chapters, you'll see how it all leads to a moment that will shock everybody, including yourself, as you step into a role you were destined to claim. Chapter 2. The Power Beneath Your Struggles. Ask any chosen one if their path was easy, and they'll likely answer with a soft laugh. For as long as you can remember, life has tested you, sometimes gently, sometimes in ways that threaten to shatter you. You've had to weather heartbreak, betrayal, or sustain stress that made you question if you could go on. Yet it's precisely these challenges that have been forging you, quietly preparing you to wield a power that few can hold responsibly. In your darkest hours, you may have felt like the universe was singling you out unfairly. Maybe you envy people who seem to glide through life without a care, living in simple comfort, while your world felt riddled with trials. But hidden within that adversity was a process of refinement. Each setback polished your discernment. Each heartbreak taught you the contours of empathy. Every time you survived, you became a little braver, a little more aware of your inner resources. This steady accumulation of endurance wasn't random. A grand design was at play, ensuring that by the time your remarkable gift emerged, you'd have the depth and maturity to use it responsibly. Without the lessons gleaned from hardship, you might have squandered or abused this new power, hurting yourself or others. But adversity has a way of shaping your character, teaching you humility and compassion. qualities absolutely essential for handling something extraordinary. Now that you stand on the cusp of a profound awakening, you can see how each struggle served a purpose. The losses that once crippled you gave you an unshakable sensitivity to human suffering. The betrayals taught you to value genuine loyalty and honest communication. The failures forced you to adapt, unlocking creativity you never knew you had. Each piece fits into a larger mosaic, painting a picture of a soul tested and found worthy. As you reflect, you realize your vantage point is different. You no longer view challenges as mere burdens, but as catalysts for evolution. This shift in perspective is crucial. When your gift finally bursts onto the scene, you'll need a stable foundation to balance it, a sense of who you are that cannot be shaken by applause or criticism. Because the moment your hidden potential surfaces, it can attract both wonder and envy. Some will hail you as a marvel, while others might resent what they don't understand. But you'll be ready precisely because you've been through the trenches. The humility and resolve you've gained are the perfect anchor for what's coming. So while your struggles once felt like random suffering, you can now see them as part of a deliberate blueprint, shaping the very essence that will stabilize you when your gift dazzles the world and surprises even you with its magnitude. Chapter 3. The Signs That Hinted at a Bigger Destiny. Looking back, you might recall moments that felt oddly significant, yet you brushed them off at the time. An offhand compliment from a teacher about your uncanny insight. A random stranger who claimed your eyes held an ancient wisdom. Strange coincidences where you predicted events before they happened, or sensed people's emotions without them saying a word. These moments were the breadcrumbs, the subtle signs telling you that normal definitions of reality didn't quite apply to you. But in a world that champions logic and tangible proof, you might have tried to rationalize them away. You told yourself you were just perceptive, or maybe it was good luck or chance. Yet the experiences kept stacking up, growing too numerous to ignore. Perhaps you'd walk into a room and instantly pick up tension nobody else noticed, or you'd have dreams that materialized days later in real life. These phenomena hinted that something deeper was stirring, a unique ability that defied standard explanations. Over time, these signals formed a pattern, one that became hard to dismiss. Perhaps your entire life has been dotted with such episodes, and only now can you piece them together clearly. You see that each instance was nudging you closer to an acceptance of the extraordinary. The universe was speaking to you, gently at first, then louder, trying to make you see that you're not just another person muddling through existence. You have a role that demands you embrace the reality of your heightened capabilities. Yet even with all these signs, it's understandable if you hesitated to claim anything out of the ordinary. There's comfort in blending in and not having to carry the burden of being different, but comfort can rival the truth that breathes within you. And so these signs kept coming, each one a nudge until you reached a tipping point. Perhaps you're at it right now, where your rational mind can no longer contain or dismiss the evidence of something beyond the normal scope. Now, these signs aren't just an interesting topic for late-night musings. They're the puzzle pieces forming a map to your destiny. The gift that's about to surface is the culmination of these signals. Like an artist stepping back to see their painting in full, you're about to witness your life's subtle strokes converge into a vivid masterpiece. And the sense of awe won't just be felt by those around you. It will be mirrored in your own eyes as you realize how every sign pointed you toward this defining revelation. Chapter 4. When the gift reveals itself. Gifts of this magnitude rarely arrive with a timid knack. They tend to burst in, reshaping your routines and perceptions overnight. Maybe you wake up one morning and realize you can sense a friend's turmoil without them speaking, or you'll manifest something you need almost instantly. You might find yourself the focal point of gatherings, with people inexplicably drawn to your presence. In some cases, you'll feel a physical sensation, a surge in your chest or a tingling in your hands, as if your very cells are vibrating at a higher frequency. Though it can be thrilling, this sudden revelation often carries a touch of disorientation. You've lived your entire life under certain assumptions about what's possible, and now you're confronted with an ability that defies conventional thinking. You might ask yourself, is this real? Am I imagining things? Or you might worry that if you share it, people will label you delusional or attention-seeking. That's a normal response. You're essentially recalibrating your worldview to accommodate something extraordinary. At the same time, you'll experience glimpses of how this gift can shape your destiny. Maybe you'll use your enhanced intuition to steer clear of negative influences. Or you'll channel an intense creative spark that leads to breakthroughs in your work. This is where the shock factor comes in. It's not just the people around you who will be astounded. You too will find yourself marveling at the range and depth of what you can do. The same mouth that spoke words of doubt may now utter statements of awe as you witness your life changing before your eyes. Yet even as you're carried by the euphoria of discovery, remember that gifts come with a choice. How will you use it? With great potential comes great responsibility. You can harness your ability for upliftment, yours and others, or let it wane under fear or misuse. The universe might not dictate your path, but it does offer signposts, guiding you to use your gift for the highest good. In acknowledging it, you step into a new realm of possibility, shaped as much by your ethics and intentions as by the gift's raw power. So when that day arrives, when you feel the surging confirmation that yes, your ability is real, lean into it. Let the wonder wash over you, but keep your moral compass clear. Because the moment you align your newly unveiled gift with your deepest values, you don't just shock the world, you transform it. And that's what it truly means to be a chosen one. Not just acquiring an extraordinary capacity, but directing it to serve a purpose bigger than yourself. Chapter 5, The Reaction from Others. People react to the astonishing in different ways. Some might celebrate you, enthralled by what you can do or sense. They'll want to be in your orbit, hoping a bit of that magic might rub off on them. Others could approach with skepticism or even fear, questioning whether you step beyond the line of what's normal. And then there are those who might feel threatened, casting judgment or trying to discredit you. After all, the unknown can unsettle those who cling to certainty. This variance in reactions isn't a reflection of your worth, but rather a mirror of how prepared or open each individual is to the unexplained. You may find that your gift weeds out superficial bonds, exposing the ones that were never fully genuine. Conversely, real allies emerge more vividly, offering you unwavering support. It's like turning on a bright light in a dimly lit room. The corners you couldn't see before now reveal who stands with you and who stands apart. For a while, you might feel like you're straddling two worlds, the old realm where life was predictable, and this new one where your gift has cracked open an entire layer of reality. It's okay to feel protective of it, especially when you sense disbelief or envy from others. But be cautious not to hide yourself out of fear. Your gift isn't meant to be locked away. It thrives in honest expression, and you'll grow more comfortable with it as you allow it to shape your daily experiences. Expect a wave of curiosity from those genuinely intrigued. They'll ask questions about how it works, whether you can demonstrate it, and what it feels like to carry such a possibility. In these moments, you might fluctuate between excitement and vulnerability. Stay true to your boundaries. Share only as much as you feel comfortable. Not everyone deserves full access to your talents, and that's something you get to decide. Over time, a balance will emerge. You'll learn how to discuss your ability without flaunting it. You'll find ways to integrate it into your life gracefully, shaping your career, relationships, or creative pursuits in a manner that respects both your needs and the gift's potential. And as you navigate this, remember, you're not alone. Other chosen ones have faced similar roads, forging communities both offline and online where acceptance and insight flow freely. In those circles, you'll discover that your shocking gift is only the beginning of a longer, more profound journey. Chapter 6, Unlocking New Potential. Once the dust settles and you accept that your gift is real, a natural question arises. What else might I be capable of? That's the beauty of stepping into the extraordinary. One revelation always hints at another. Perhaps you'll discover that your heightened intuition isn't limited to reading people's emotions. It might extend to sensing subtle currents in the natural world, the slow heartbeat of forests, the hush of stones, the shimmer of oceans before a storm. Or maybe your knack for manifesting good fortune evolves into the power to influence the mood of an entire room, shifting tension into harmony with a single focused breath. This exponential growth resembles a muscle being trained. The more you engage with your gift, the more it adapts and strengthens, revealing layers you never suspected. You'll likely experiment in private at first, testing boundaries, gauging risks, tracking the patterns that trigger breakthroughs. Through trial and occasionally error, you locate sweet spots and establish healthy limits. Each small victory becomes fuel, a tangible reminder that yes, deeper mastery is possible and thrilling. Still, pacing matters. Exhilaration can tempt you toward reckless overuse, but rushing invites burnout. Just as a virtuoso spends years refining scales before tackling a concerto, your gift demands patience and discipline, repetition. Structure your growth the way an athlete structures a training plan. Warm-up rituals to center your energy, practice sessions to stretch skill, recovery periods to integrate progress. Stay attuned to physical and emotional signals, fatigue, irritability, cravings for solitude. When they appear, step back and recharge. Remember, sustainable power is built over seasons, not weekends. As your abilities mature, your sense of purpose will inevitably widen. The talent that once felt private now calls for public good. You'll spot opportunities to mentor younger seekers, to devise solutions for community problems, to innovate systems that elevate everyone's quality of life. Maybe you streamline a charity's logistics using intuitive nudges, or you design a healing garden where visitors feel their burdens lighten just by walking the paths. Whatever form it takes, service becomes a crucible that tempers raw power into noble impact. It is in giving that your gift proves its highest worth. To navigate this expanding influence, cultivate humility like a guardian flame. People respond more deeply to genuine warmth than to dazzling displays. Your presence should reassure, not intimidate. When accolades arrive, and they will, use them as mirrors, reflecting gratitude back to those who believed in you before results were visible. This humility doesn't shrink your brilliance. It clarifies it, allowing others to approach without fear and discover their own latent gifts beside yours. Ethical questions will surface, demanding honest reflection. If you can subtly sway emotions, to what extent is it right to do so? How do you respect free will while offering guidance? Establish a personal code early. Consent where possible, transparency when appropriate, and the unwavering intention to empower, never manipulate. Those guidelines become the rails that keep your expanding capabilities from derailing into ego or exploitation. Simultaneously, cultivate environments that support continual evolution. Surround yourself with friends who celebrate breakthroughs yet challenge complacency. Seek mentors whose wisdom eclipses your own, even if their fields differ wildly. A mathematician's logic, a dancer's embodiment, or a gardener's patience can all illuminate fresh angles to your power. Cross-pollination sparks originality. Diverse perspectives keep your mind supple. Finally, document everything. Dream impressions, gut feelings, unexpected coincidences, journals, voice notes, digital sketches. They form a living archive of your unfolding journey. Patterns will emerge that textbooks can't teach, personal mythologies that anchor you when uncertainty strikes. Over time, those records become a roadmap for others who will one day walk a path similar to yours, and your early scribbles may evolve into guiding scriptures for tomorrow's pioneers. No matter how advanced your abilities become, keep returning to wonder. Let every new potential uncovered remind you why you started. To elevate life, to turn awe into action, to love more expansively than yesterday. In that spirit, the gift that once shocked you and everyone else integrates seamlessly into daily routines. It becomes less a party trick and more a natural extension of who you are. A steady pulse of possibility in every handshake, brainstorm, or a quiet act of kindness. So move forward with courage and curiosity. Keep testing, refining, and serving. Each revelation you embrace positions you for the next, fulfilling the promise that a chosen one's evolution never truly ends. It only widens, deepens, and brightens the world it touches. Chapter 7. The next frontier awaits. Standing on the brink of a radically expanded life, you might wonder what could possibly come next. After all, discovering a powerful gift can feel like the climax of your story. But one truth about being a chosen one is that life keeps presenting new frontiers. Your gift, astonishing as it may be, is just the latest chapter in an ongoing saga of transformation. Now that it's fully awakened, you'll find an even broader horizon of possibility stretching out before you. Almost immediately, a restlessness stirs, an inner compass turning toward fresh terrain. You may feel a magnetic pull to travel, not as a tourist seeking distractions, but as a pilgrim collecting fragments of your destiny in each landscape. Certain cities might speak to you through their art, their history, or even the cadence of their streets. Sacred sites could amplify your intuition, while bustling innovation hubs might spark ideas that marry ancient wisdom with cutting-edge technology. Each location becomes a mentor, offering lessons in humility, resilience, or creative audacity. At the same time, new fields of study begin calling your name. Maybe you dive into neuroscience to understand the brain-spirit connection, or you pursue environmental science because your gift urges you to heal the planet's wounds. Classes, books, and late-night conversations with brilliant minds become launching pads, hurling you toward levels of mastery that once felt out of reach. Mentors appear, sometimes in classrooms, sometimes in chance encounters on trains or message boards, each providing a key that unlocks another chamber of your potential. And don't be surprised if teaching becomes part of the horizon. The universe, ever economical, recycles your breakthroughs into maps for others. You might lead workshops that weave storytelling with practical exercises, or you could mentor an entire generation online, guiding seekers through the same labyrinth you've already navigated. In giving, you receive. Every question from a student sharpens your own understanding. Every shared technique clarifies your personal philosophy of power. Yet the wider the stage, the sharper the spotlight on your intentions. Fame, influence, or success can tempt you to hoard attention or bend truth for applause. This is where mindfulness graduates from practice to imperative. Daily rituals, quiet gratitude, honest self-assessment, service that asks nothing in return, anchor you so ego doesn't hijack the mission. The stronger your gift, the more vital it is to braid it with compassion, lest your light blind rather than illuminate. Integrity tests will multiply. A lucrative offer may nudge you toward compromising your values. An admirer might want to bask in your glow without doing their own work. Each scenario is a mirror, reflecting the motive beneath the action. Choose alignment over convenience, authenticity over popularity. These decisions shape the legacy your gift leaves behind. Meanwhile, relationships deepen and diversify. Some friends grow into co-visionaries, helping you build platforms that broadcast hope on a global frequency. Others fade, unable to reconcile your expansion with their comfort zones. Release them with love. Your trajectories have simply diverged. New companions, coders, healers, activists, investors, arrive to form an ecosystem that can sustain projects larger than any lone hero could manage. Together, you draft blueprints for schools, social enterprises, or community gardens. Each initiative proof that individual awakening can translate into collective uplift. Financial flow also shifts. Opportunities emerge that match your heightened energy. Whether through royalties, equity partnerships, or impact investments, money, once a stressor, evolves into a tool, fuel for scholarships, green technology, rescue missions, or art that stirs dormant hearts. Handling these resources responsibly becomes another sacred discipline, reinforcing the cycle of giving and receiving that keeps abundance circulating. Eventually, you recognize a deeper revelation. The gift itself is not the destination. It is the vehicle, and its fuel is infinite curiosity. You realize there is no summit, only successive ridgelines inviting you higher. One day you glance back with gratitude at this very pivot, seeing it as the springboard into realms of self-actualization that once seemed fantasy. You will continue surprising yourself again and again, because the essence of a chosen one is perpetual transcendence of yesterday's limits. So savor this juncture. Let astonishment wash over you, even as you lace your boots for the path ahead. Welcome the cheers, the questions, and the responsibilities that accompany your emergence. Beyond this point, the landscape grows richer, challenging you to expand, serve, and create in ways that will redefine destiny itself. That is the exhilaration of stepping into the unknown. Every sunrise presents a new invitation to discover just how limitless you, and the world you touch, can become.